Dear colonists, during my stay at the Parliament, I have overheard that the British are starting to lose revenue and owe a lot of money to pay for the war. They have decided to create the Proclamation of 1763. You are no longer allowed to pass the Appalachian Mountain area. I agree with this because you colonists have caused us to be in debt and Britain needs to have ways to pay for it. You don't deserve the extra land that was won, and we're going to take it to help pay for the debt that you have caused us. Sincerely, Sebastian.
Dear Sebastian, your Sugar and Stamp Act was originally passed over to you guys, but it has had a huge impact on us because we were accused by smuggling over your goods. This shouldn't even have to be raised when we're going over the declaratory acts. How are you guys supposed to help us? Such nonsense. The King and Parliament has full power and authority to make laws and statuses to bind the colonies and the people of America, subjects of the Crown and Great Britain in all case whatsoever. These acts may have decreased your sugar and molasses goods, but we didn't have our share since. This is very unfair, and we are indeed very angry because we are losing our money over this. In addition, we have tried our best to get your attention, but you guys keep ignoring us. We are losing our patience, and now we are going to enact a widespread of boycotts. Sincerely, the Alexander.
Dear colonists, rumor has it the Molasses and Sugar Act is about to run out, and Britain has decided to find a way to make more money. They decided to initiate the Sugar Act. Now, I know what you may be thinking, it is just a way for us to raise revenue. You may think that Sugar Act has no purpose, but it is for use to make sure that we can keep having trade with you. I hope you see it the way I do and understand that we are working to help you, not control or destroy you. Sincerely, Sebastian.
Dear Sebastian, we just want to remind you that in all cases, this is still our land that you stepped into. We want our own country and our own representation, so you guys can run along now. You guys have gone too far. Before we wanted independence and freedom, we just wanted equal rights. The reason why we threw 340 chests into the water was because we felt as if we were not being treated equally, which we weren't. Therefore, that is why we've decided to become more violent. We can provide for ourselves in our own land, so you guys can just be mature and just move on. We demand a change now. Just because we dumped your tea into the water doesn't mean that you can be big babies and apply even more rules, such as the coercive acts. Parliament should not have passed this in 1774. Sincerely, the Alexander.
Dear Alexander, you have proven that you didn't want any taxes on sugar, which was clear to see based on your boycotts. According to some of my trusted informants, I have heard that the Sugar Act has been repealed. They have now passed a new act called the Stamp Act. It is a tax on newspapers, legal, and commercial documents. I'm beginning to wonder, though, is this tax just intended to raise revenue? I know that this is what you feel, and I kind of understand where you're coming from, but according to most, it isn't. Sincerely, Sebastian.
Dear Sebastian, in the first Continental Congress, it stated that you guys were claiming a power of right to bind the people of America by statuses in all case whatsoever. This was fine for us, but then you guys want to raise revenue and taxes again. I shall repeat myself once again. These are your taxes, so you should pay them off yourself. All that we are asking is for peace within our country and hopefully to restore harmony between us. Sincerely, the Alexander.
Dear Alexander, once again, you have managed to boycott a yet another act. I applaud your effort. It is pointless. We, as founding country of where you are, have the right to tax you whenever we want. That is where the new act the Parliament has passed comes in. It is called the Declaratory Act. It isn't really an act, but it is telling you that we are in charge and that we do have the right to tax you, despite what you say. Not only that, but they have come out with a new tax called the Townshend Act. It is a tax on imports of glass, lead, paint, paper, and tea. You can try to repeal this, but I highly doubt it will work. Sincerely, Sebastian.
Dear Sebastian, it's simple. We refuse your laws and demands because we don't agree with them. Why can't you guys just go back to Britain? We have already had a hard enough time making our own people happy. You guys are seriously pushing our limits right now with all these conflicts. Thomas Paine's Common Sense even said, "The blood of the slain, the weeping voice of nature, cries, 'Tis time to part." You'll see what's coming because we are trying everything to make us happy. Sincerely, the Alexander.
Dear Alexander, I can't believe you colonists would do such a thing as dumping a tea in the harbor. Why would you do something like that? You have already boycotted the rest of the Boston Township that's and only the tea remain. Why can't you just calm down? What is wrong with you? Britain does its best to protect you and provide for you, and you act like crybabies. You're like a spoiled brat because we gave you a little choice. Now we have no choice but to enforce the acts. You should have listened when I told you the first time. Rumor has it that now they're going to close the Boston Harbor in hopes of controlling you. They call it the Coercive Acts. Now Britain has no choice but to force you to comply with her demands. Sincerely, Sebastian.
Dear Sebastian, in our battles of Lexington and Concord, we don't know who started the first shot, but you guys are remembered for saying, "Throw down your arms, you villains, you rebels," at the Minutemen. You guys did not leave us, so this is what you get. During the Battle of Lexington, you guys wanted reinforcements, but that is not what you'll get. We shall rebel and attack in every way possible. Nevertheless, to the persecution and tyranny of this cruel ministry, we will not tamely submit, appealing to heaven for the justice of our cause. We determined to die or be free. Even William Pitt rejoiced us because we had employed military force to defend our beliefs. Now you guys are running away like big babies because we are stronger, smarter, and have more ability to fight back faster. This is for our rights, and we shall fight to the end. Sincerely, the Alexander.
Dear Alexander, you seem to be gathering together, hoping to plot against us and possibly rebel, aren't you? You say you want peace, then how come you always refuse our rules and demands? Why can't you act the proper way and just do what we ask? We shouldn't have to force you to get you to listen. You are beginning to act like a troublesome teenager. Don't make us seem like an annoying, demanding parent. Just do what we ask and we can have harmony and peace. Otherwise, we're going to use more force to make you apply and understand. Sincerely, Sebastian.
Dear Sebastian, we ought to look up towards George Washington because he was one of the most respectful men who had great power within his hands. With them in our hands, we have the key to win every battle against you guys. Our olive branch petition is for us to give your guys our loyalty and in return, make your king stop all conflicts that's affecting us. I repeat, we will fight for our independence in this revolution. From the Second Continental Congress, we cannot endure the infamy and guilt of resigning succeeding generations to that wretchedness which inevitable awaits them. We are taking arms. Sincerely, the Alexander.
Dear Alexander, you have now officially started war. Why would you shoot at us? We weren't even going to shoot at you first. We were waiting to see if you would retreat. But no, when you called us thought they were too good for Britain and thought that they could just shoot. We never wanted to go to war. We just wanted to confiscate your arms and make sure that you didn't try to rebel and try to actually take over us. That was the plan, but you guys just had to shoot. Why don't you ever listen? We just want to help you. Sincerely, Sebastian.
Dear Sebastian, right, Thomas Jefferson seems to have had it with us fighting, and now he has written the Declaration of Independence. Just so you guys know, it was written in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania on July 4th, 1776. It's about time we have had a great change. As to this, we will have our colonies and you guys will stay in your lane. After fighting ourselves, we have found liberty within our country. Straight from the Declaration of Independence, it states, by authority of the good people of these colonies, solemnly publish and declare that these united colonies are and of right ought to be free and independent states. All men are created equal, and there are certain unalienable rights that the government should never violate. These rights include the right to life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. As for a great conclusion, our new nation will be called the United States of America, and we'll have no further connections with you guys. Thanks for your time, and enjoy your life in Britain. Sincerely, we the colonists.
Dear Alexander, everyone here knows you're trying to gain independence, and we all know about you writing the Declaration of Independence only because we denied your olive branch petition. But in all fairness, you don't deserve independence because you can't even listen to our government properly. Why would you listen to your own? You have also been listening to different people such as Thomas Paine and his common sense. I know he says small islands are not capable of protecting themselves or the proper objects for kingdoms to take under their care, but there is something very absurd in supposing a continent to be perpetually governed by an island. We may be an island, but we are more than capable of protecting ourselves, and we are more than capable of watching over you. If anything, you're the ones who are not capable of protecting yourselves, which is evident during the French and Indian War that you started, and we had to help you win. Also, we know you're trying to help to get our sworn enemies, the French, to your side. Why would you do something like that? From this day forward, I am cutting off all contact with the colonists. I will never apply to your letter again, nor send you any more. To think that we could have been good friends. Goodbye. Sincerely, Sebastian.